This one's going to be quick. The Acolyte, Episode 5, Night Review. So, just going over it. All the Jedi fighting Khmer. Was it a reveal? Was that not what we expected? It was either going to be Khmer or the mother. That was like the only two options. I think it was better that it was him. I liked his character in this episode. It grew on me. I don't like that he was taken out by bugs. I mean, I get it. It's kind of like the whole Ant-Man Kang with the ants, which is more explainable than a couple bugs beating him. Especially when he was like, as you know, the Jedi would call me the Sith. Now, I've had a little bit of time to think about this. It doesn't really break the canon because the simple fact that if the Jedi don't get back, who's gonna tell? And Soul's been keeping the things from May and Osha about their family. Once again, it's this show. The problem with the show is it's not executing what their meaning is that the Jedi are corrupt and were more corrupt before leading up to the Phantom Menace than we ever thought. Coyote Mundi could be lying about the Sith not appearing for so long, and it just, you know, I really loved Khmer's ability to headbutt and turn, you know, knock people out and disengage their lightsabers, and he had like a gauntlet that would disengage their lightsabers. The combat was really cool. The Padawan girl played by Daphne Keane should not have stood a chance against him. I get people are going to say, well, Ahsoka and Anakin. Well, Anakin's the chosen one, and Ahsoka was his Padawan that he constantly, you know, trained, beat her down, where he had the, you know, that I can't remember the episode where all the troopers were shooting her with that thing, and he did it for hours when she had to keep blocking. Like, she was done, like, hard. Anakin, like, made sure she was prepared for Order 66 without even knowing about it. Soul stole the show. Soul and Khmer's fights were amazing, and Soul almost striking him down, didn't even care. So awesome. The hand-to-hand combat, I didn't know I needed that in Star Wars. I get it, we got it in Revenge of the Sith a little bit, but like, I didn't know I needed that. It was so good. The choreography on this episode was great. It was a lot of action, a lot of lightsaber fighting. I'm glad all the other Jedis died, because a lot of them were lame, especially, you know, like Daphne Keane's, the guy with the yellow lightsaber who didn't know the canon, and I think his name's Jord. Just all of them, because they were all very unprepared. The way they were all attacking, like, I've never seen a group of Jedis go in one at a time. I've also never seen a group of Jedis not know how to use defensive maneuvers. Like, Obi-Wan Kenobi was the best ever in defensive Sorisu. So, like, why don't any of you at least know a little bit? You know, the actress for the twins is the most dreaded, terrible actress I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm not even kidding, and I'm not even trying to be mean. Like, I've never seen a scene where it's like, oh my god, I love you, we're back. Tear down the eye. Hugs. With eyes open. Oh, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna come home, sister. Oh, I love you, sister. You're under arrest. What are you doing? I'm taking you in. You have to pay for your crimes. You never learned how to block. Like, what is the acting? It was so bad. But besides that, I mean, I give this episode a 5 out of 10. It wasn't great, but it was fun. And once again, like, I love that they're kind of putting it on the Jedi, that the Jedi are bad. The Jedi hid things, like when May and Osha finally, or Osha was like, what does he mean, Soul? Like, but the thing that got me is, if you remember, one of the sisters, if I remember correctly, has a giant birth stamp on her forehead. How can you not tell the difference? One is your Padawan, and the other one is your Padawan, and you can't tell the difference? And Khmer knows how to heal? I mean, I get it. Like, they're kind of saying, like, you know, in a vast galaxy, there's different people with different powers and whatnot. And Palpatine wasn't the only one who was trying to create life. Plagueis wasn't the only one who was trying to create life. There was clearly another dyad somewhere. But at the same time, it was just so poorly executed. And the execution is the problem with this show. If it was written well and actually, like where they looked over it multiple times before they said, hey, this is great, it would have been good. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. That's my review for this week. I know it was fast, but I don't want to talk about this very long because the show kind of makes me sick. I liked the choreography fighting in this episode, and I hope they go up from here. And it's kind of looking like Soul's not going to get back, because if we're hiding the Sith, then there can't be any evidence. But where did all the Jedi go? They just went off mysteriously. They just disappeared. See what I'm saying? Catch y'all in the next one.